Hello, how are you doing? Hope you're all staying safe and well. Today we're going to bring another good strong Pilates session to you, but we're going to start lying on our tummies today. So bring yourself onto your mat, rest your body down. So find a comfortable place. For me, that's just making a little pillow, turning my head to one direction, closing my eyes, and then just finding your Pilates breath. So long, deep breaths in through the nose and exhalations out through the mouth. And again, in through the nose. Just let the rest of the body relax. Feel that heaviness in the ground. Inhaling. And as you next take your exhalation, I want you to gently pull your navel off the ground. So as you exhale, a little squeeze, as if you're tucking the tummy in towards the waist. And then inhale, let it go. Exhale, a little squeeze in. And inhale, let it go. 2 more breaths, just keep your eyes closed if you can. And then on your next breath, I want you to just slide your forehead to your hand. And then I want you to bring your legs together. Keeping your legs engaged, squeezing your butt, tummy in. We're going to lift the front leg gently off the ground. Swooping gently out to the side, back to the middle, and dropping down. So we're going to inhale back leg, exhale a little float out to the side, and inhale back to the center, and then back down. So just alternate your legs, lifting one up, just sweeping it gently out to the side, sweeping it back, and releasing. So you're just going to alternate the sides, warming up through the buttocks, through the thighs, through the hamstrings, into hip extension, squeezing up through the abs, taking that leg into abduction, which is that side move. Breathing out, inhaling down. And then just give me, after this one more on each side. Last one to the back side. And then on this next one, we're going to lift the front leg again. Reach it out to the side and just do some little presses. We're just warming up the buttock, squeezing just to elevate the leg. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Center and release. Backside lift. Take it out and press. Just little movements. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to the center and release it down. Keep the tension in the legs. Keep the legs together. And then you're going to slide your fingers to the temples. And you're going to lift up gently through the upper body. You're going to extend your arms out to the side, squeezing slightly through the shoulder blades, returning the fingertips to the temples and lowering everything back down. So we inhale, exhale, reach. Inhale, center, and exhale, lower. So just carry on. You can take this as high or as low as you wish. If you're feeling like your lower back is a little bit vulnerable, then just gently hover off the ground about there. Then reach the arms up, do a little shoulder blade squeeze, and then release the fingers and drop it down. So make sure you listen to your body. You always need to keep your lower belly pulled in tight, so you're always supporting that lower back. And you should feel your lower back doing some work because it is working those muscles, but you don't want it to be painful. That's why take it to a hover if you're feeling the pressure. Give me 4 more. Lifting, if you go a little bit deeper, squeeze those shoulder blades, back of the hands up towards the sky, and release, and up. Just be mindful you're not letting those arms sweep behind you. This is a lift up to the sky. Last 2. Now on this last one, lift, extend, squeeze, and pump the arms. Keep the upper body isolated. 6, 5, 4, squeeze those shoulder blades. 2, and 1. Return the hands underneath your forehead and relax it down. So back into the legs. Take a little wriggle side to side, let your legs hips relax. And we're going to work the legs together this time. So we float the legs up. We open the legs out to a V. You squeeze them back and you drop them down. You're trying to keep your upper body relaxed. Open, squeeze the thighs and release. So really think and concentrate about that lengthening through the legs and then that squeeze into the inner thighs and that dropping down. If it's too much, go back to doing one leg on its own, okay? Because you might find this is a bit strong for your lower back. That's absolutely fine. Just alternate one at a time. So wherever you are, let's do 4 more. Breathing, keeping those lower abs pulled in. Open deep, squeeze it. 2 more. One more, lift, open, squeeze, and then release. Roll through the hips. So the arms are going to work with the legs, and it's completely your choice. You can keep the legs on the floor the whole time, taking your feet a little bit wider this time. If you want to add the legs, you're just doing a leg lift. So we bring the fingers back to the temples. We raise up, lifting one leg. We open up, go back to that squeeze, return the fingers, dropping the leg, and then doing the same on the other side. Squeezing, lift, and release. And if you want to be really cool with this, lift your legs up, keep them elevated, squeeze the shoulder blades, bring the fingertips, and close the legs on the drop down. So a lift, slightly opening the legs, open the arms, squeeze the shoulder blades, return the fingers, and drop it down. So it's your choice. Keep going. You can lift one leg at a time, keeping that upper body off the floor. If you really don't want to lift either legs, then just keep your feet back on the floor and repeat the exercise. That's absolutely fine. You're still going to get your back exercise. You're still going to feel this. You still need to keep the tension running in the legs. Squeeze your butt, squeeze those abs. We're going to do 4 more. So keep the breath going. Nice long deep breaths. Try not to get in the habit of just nasal breathing. Okay, let's go last 3. Last 2, don't rush it. Keep that squeeze. Last 1, lift up, open, squeeze, and release it down. Let's turn the head the opposite way and let the body relax. Always feel free to roll through the hips. It's quite nice because it just releases the lower back, any tension in that area. And let's take a little stretch. Slide your hands beside the shoulders. Slowly pick yourself up, either staying up in a cat stretch and just tucking the tailbone, tucking the chin and pushing the floor away, feeling that curve, or just slide back into child's pose. Relax the elbows and sink your head and chest down into the floor. And just keep breathing into the stretch, going a little bit deeper. Allowing a little bit more give every time. And we're just going to take this up a notch, start to warm up a little bit more. So roll yourself out of this position, come down onto your elbows. We're just going to wake up the core a little bit more. So we're going to tuck the toes under, extend the legs behind, coming down into a plank. The option for you is to stay here and just breathe in your plank, or you can lower your knees and stay there, or take one foot out, the other foot out, the foot comes back in, the other foot comes back in, and then you swap to the other side. Out, out, wide V, in, change sides, out, out, in. And if you're on your knees, you can just do a little knee tap out to the side. Okay, if you want to make it a little bit harder, you've got 20 seconds left, you can do plank jacks, out, in, out, in. Be very aware of your abs. If it gets too much, always drop to your knees, take the pressure off. Last 10 seconds, come on, you can do it wherever you are. Keep breathing. 5 seconds. Last 2 and 1, and drop yourself down to the floor again. And from here, you're just going to roll yourself over onto your side, coming up onto your elbow. Bend your knees, stacking your feet. And your hands are going to come onto your waistline. So from here, you're going to lift your hips, open the knee. And so I've got my feet stacked, lift up tall, so you're in a half plank. You're going to close the knee, open the knee, close the knee, open the knee. So we're just rotating from the hip joint. You're trying not to let anything move, you're just opening, squeezing. Now, if you want, drop a hip, lift up, drop a hip, lift up. So you don't completely come down, but you can feel that underneath buttock working a little bit harder. Now, if any of you are struggling with this, you can drop it down. So just carry on, don't stop because I've stopped. You can just drop down to here, okay? That's if your shoulders don't like it or your core's just feeling a bit weak today. Just open and close here. So you should be starting to feel this now. 6 more. Keep it going. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Hold. Extend that arm up. And if you can, extend the leg. Reach the arm over. Lift up and pulse. Pulse. So my hips pulsing. Options to drop the knee, that's fine, and pulse there. You can bring your hand back to your waist, that's also fine. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down to the floor. Good, just gently lift up that knee, pull the knee in towards your shoulder. Let's take it into a little hamstring adductor stretch. So if you know you're quite flexible in your hamstrings, you can grab hold of your foot, turn the knee up towards the sky and extend the leg. Bend through that elbow and drive the leg towards you. And this top hip here is driving forward towards you, but I'm opening the leg away from you. So just drive the leg as far as it will go. If you need to slide your hand onto the calf, catch the calf and just push against that hand to extend that knee. And take a good 3 or 4 breaths, going further and further and deeper into the stretch. Open that leg a little bit more, bring that hip forward a little bit more. Feel the resistance. And then when you're ready, just release the leg. Bend the knees back together, settle down. Take a breath. And from there, you're going to roll over onto your backs. So just flip over onto the back. And here you are. So we're going to do for a little bit more traditional Pilates. Lift those legs up, tabletop position. Adjust yourself. So I just need to just move my back a little bit and then come into position, arms above. So we breathe in. On the exhale, we're going to curl up into a little ball. And on the lengthen out, you're going to slowly open one arm and leg, opposite arm to leg, pulling in slowly, a little crunch, and then the other side. I have to think about that then, coordination. So if you're really struggling with the coordination, lose the crunch up in the middle and just swap side to side. Okay, I'm going to give you that choice. We'll curl up and just think about what you're doing. And don't worry if you go wrong, you're still going to be working through the abs. And when you kick your leg away, try and dorsiflex the foot, toes in, heels away, and then point the toe to return. If that feels too much for you, you can do this with your arms relaxed staying in tabletop, and just do some little toe taps if you prefer. You can do the arms for toe taps if you wish. It's up to you. So wherever you are, 3 more each side. Really draw the spine down into the middle. Should be doing the last 3. Otherwise, you're rushing it. Now that last one, curl into a crunch and pulse, pulse, pulse. If you wish, extend your legs to the sky, push your legs away from you, your choice. Drop your feet if it's too much. Just keep reaching wherever you can. 8, 7, 6, squeeze it, lift those shoulders, 2 and 1. Just grab those knees and roll around on that lower back, hugging those knees in towards your chest. Feels nice. Now take the arms to a T shape or cactus, which is a 90-degree angle if you haven't got a lot of room. And you're going to do leg circles. So we're going to do, you can have the choice of doing one leg, kicks around, pulls back in, and then you swap to the other side, kicks around and pulls back in. Or do the 2 together, kicking away and bending back in. So you're going to do 5 in one direction, 6 in one direction, or 3 each side. When you've done your 6, simply take it in the other direction. So you end up doing 12 reps. The whole idea here is that you're not allowing your back to come away from the floor. You really need to press everything deep down. Everything needs to be engaged. Reverse your direction. So we kick away, we open up, and we bend, and we meet. If it gets too much, take it higher. Yeah? Just think about how your body's feeling. If you want more, take it lower. So you might want to just kick your legs really close to the ground, open them out and circle them in. So you should be on your last couple of repetitions. And when you've done that last one, bring those knees together, take a pause and let the knees fall over to me. Slide the hand on the thigh and then twist and open up that shoulder at the back. Go a little bit deeper. You can tuck your knees up a little bit higher if you want to go further into that rotation. Let's take it into a hamstring stretch. So push the elbow into the ground and then land the calf on top of that hand and extend the leg as if you're pulling the toes up towards your shoulder, and then twist deeper into that back arm and take your eye gaze across that back hand. So use the hand here to extend through the knee. A couple more breaths here. And then gently just release the leg, stack the knees, roll yourself back into the middle, and just land your feet on the floor. Just make sure you're back in the center, because you can go a little bit wonky when you do a twist. And then keeping your arms wide. If you want a little bit more stability, you can take your arms down by your side. Bring your feet slightly closer in towards your bottom, but not too much. And then take a breath in, imprint your spine, and then peel your spine off the floor, coming up into a bridge. So you might just want to stay here and pause on your bridge and just work on that strength, just maintaining this position, squeezing the butt, pushing through the thighs, making sure you're pressing your weight into equal sides of your feet. And then if you want to take it up a level, we're going to extend one leg, taps down, but the hips don't drop, bending the knee back in and swapping to the other side. We lower the leg, we lift it back, we bend it in. So lengthen and in. And then if you want to go a little bit further, you lengthen the leg, tapping down, lifting up, and bending back, dropping down. So lengthening down, hips up high, extend to the ceiling, bend the knee and drop back down. So they are your options. Oops, I've gone the wrong way. Lengthen away, lift it high, bend it in and drop it down. Or just stay in a bridge. Keep pressing, keep squeezing. We're going to go 2 more each side. If you are holding your bridge with 2 feet, maybe just go into some little pulses just to finish off before we all come back to the same place. Otherwise, last 1 each side. And as soon as you've done that last one, everybody pause in that bridge. Lift up onto the toes, just feel your calves engaging and squeeze your inner thighs and just give me some little presses here. Don't pull your toes further underneath, keep them where they are. Work your calves a little bit more. Last 4, squeeze the thighs, 2, last 1, and then inhale lower your heels and roll it out. Take a breath. Bring the knees in towards the chest. Slide your hand underneath the thighs and roll yourself up. So we're going to extend the legs out in front of us. You're going to lift your arms up high, look up towards the ceiling and look forward towards your toes. You're going to curve your spine and keeping your arms in line with your shoulders, just reach forward so you're feeling the stretch back of the hamstrings. And then just lean 5 times. 3, 4, and 5. Keeping the curve, roll it back. Pause halfway. Take a breath here. Raise your arms up and around. Circle 5 times. I'm just going to show you from the front. Big circles. 3, 4. Last 1 and 5. Then bring the arms forward, roll it up, and then lift and lengthen up through that spine. Look towards those toes. Reach your body forward, beyond the toes. 5 presses, so repeat the exercise. Reaching 3, 4, and 5. Keep the curve, roll it back. So this time, we're going to circle the arms down, up and over. 5, 4. Make sure you're nice and soft through that spine, no pressure in the back. 3, just feel your abs engaging. 2, 1 more, and 1. Reach forward, lift up and lengthen. Reach beyond those toes. So your shoulders might be feeling it. So we're going to do 2 more rounds. Roll back slowly. Inhale up, exhale, swoop. So 5 times. If it's too much, just come up a little bit, okay? Or if you want more, sink back a little bit. Open those arms a little bit more. Last 1. And then roll it up, lift and lengthen. Look forward and then reach. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Roll it back. Last time. So we're swooping down. Inhale, swoop, exhale up. Squeeze through that belly. You should be shaking. 3, and 4. Last 1, 5. Pause. Take 1 more breath. And then roll it up, lift and lengthen. And this time we're coming to that hamstring stretch. So we're leaning forward. Catch the feet if you can. If you can't, bend your knees until you can. So bend them like this. Catch them. Everybody lift up beautifully tall through that spine and then fall down into that stretch. And just relax into it. Good, 3 to 4 breaths. Perhaps bend and extend the knee if you're feeling really tight. That's my favourite way to stretch my hamstrings. If I'm doing them together, I just bend and extend and allow that a little bit more every time. Dropping the chin towards the chest, keeping the spine soft. And then just pause one more time as we inhale and exhale. Just roll up, sliding your hands up your thighs. Just take a gentle lean back and lift the chest. Good. So from there, we're going to work the other side. So you need to turn yourself around and then come down onto your side. So up on your elbows, hand on the waist. We lift up through the hips into a half plank and we open that knee. Your feet are stacked. We inhale, close. We exhale, open. So make sure you've got as much lift through this waistline as possible. Your hands stay on your hips to keep everything still. If you want to go more, drop it down, lift it up. Drop it down, lift it up, but don't sink into your shoulder. That's really important. Keep that strong, just lowering the hips, lifting, lowering, use your abs to lift. Keep it going. Now, if this is too much, come down to the floor, relax down here, and just keep the legs going without the pressure of the shoulder, okay? So again, listening to your bodies. 6 more, guys, wherever you are. Keep it going. And 4. And 3. And 2. And last one, lift. Extend that leg. Stretch the arm up. Take it over. Reach and press. 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 Come on. Keep breathing. Hands on hip if you need to. Drop that leg if you need to. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And roll it down to the floor. Slide it down. Just bring that knee in towards your shoulder. Hug it in. The other knee just sits relaxed onto the ground. Open that knee up a little bit more. And if you can catch hold of your foot and extend that leg to the sky, exactly like we did on the other side, do it now. Drive that top hip forward, open the leg behind and extend through the knee. Or just catch onto your calf, get a nice firm grip and push that leg as straight as possible. So every time you breathe, you're trying to pull the toes down towards your shoulder, open the leg away from me, but pull the hip forward towards me. And that will get the hamstring and adductors strong in the arm. Good, 3 more breaths, just keep moving through it. And then just carefully release the leg. And you're going to roll over onto your tummies. So relax yourself down to the floor. Bring your forehead back onto your hands. Squeeze those legs together. So if you can, you're feeling the strength. I'm just checking out, I've got enough room here. You're going to lift everything up together. Open everything out wide. Bring everything back together and drop everything down. So we lift and lengthen. We open out to a V, arms straight out in line with the shoulders, back underneath your forehead and lower it down. If this doesn't work for you, break it up, upper body and lower body divides. So keep the feet on the ground with your upper body open up like you did earlier. Swing the hands back under and drop down. And then do the legs, open, close, and release. You should be able to do that level with both arms or both legs together if you do have a lower back problem. But if that still doesn't work for you, go back to individual arm and legs working separate. And then do the arms after the legs, back in and down. So wherever you are, whichever one you're doing, let's do 4 more. Make it strong. Keep the breath going. 2 more. Last one, and hold wherever you are. Lift, 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 squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then return everything back. Relax again through those hips, drop it away. Let everything go. Turn your head to one side if you wish. Switch sides if you turned your head. And then slide your elbows underneath your shoulders, interlacing those fingers. Tuck your toes. I'm just going to move into the mat. Lift back up into that plank. So you're repeating the plank you did earlier. So everyone's going to start off in the same place, whether you're on your knees or on your toes. Taking one foot out, other foot out, foot back in, other foot back in. Then swap the sides. And if you're on your knees, it's a little knee tap, center, knee tap, center. Make sure if you're on your knees, you haven't lifted your bottom up high. Use your camera to make sure hips are low. Your lower back is nice and strong. And now if you want to take it up a level, it's jacks. 20 seconds left. And if you find jacks get too much, bring it back, pause, drop to your knees if you need to, take a breath. 10 more seconds left, and then come back to your jacks if you wish. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and drop those knees, and then just walk your elbows back into child's pose. So I've still got my fingers interlaced, and I'm just extending through the backs of those arms and then lowering my head and chest down. My knees aren't too wide, but you can take your knees as wide as you like. And just breathe and melt and let everything go. Calm your breath down. If you need to lift your head and bring your elbows under just to get a full breath, then do so. I feel a bit claustrophobic tucked down there. And then carefully bring yourself onto your hands and knees, tucking those toes under, lifting up through the hips, walking your hands towards your feet, the feet towards your hands. Soften the knees and come into a forward fold. Interlace your fingers like this behind the base of your spine and reach your arms up and over. So my camera's a bit low today, so you're just allowing your arms to come up and over, dropping your head and chest to your thighs, extending through your knees, if your hips up to the sky if you can, so feeling those hamstrings. Take one more breath. Staying in your forward fold, release your hands to the floor. So you're just hanging down in front. Bring your hands into your shins, walk your hands up to the tops of your knees, and then use your arms to roll yourself up. And just do this slowly, keeping your eyes closed. And don't open your eyes until you're fully up. Your chin is lifted and the blood has rushed back to where it's meant to be. Before you open your eyes, just get your footing correct, making sure your weight is equal both sides, because remember we always tend to drift one way. And then open your eyes, inhale your shoulders up towards your ears, open your arms wide, stand tall, engage your abs and take a breath in, reach your arms all the way up over your head, lower them down, give yourselves a bow, give yourselves a clap. And I hope you got a little bit of a sweat on today. As always, lovely for you to tune in and catch you next week. Bye-bye.